we are going to get started, I want to first tell you what ingredients that I'm going to be using to make this awesome, simple, quick, and easy eggplant recipe. We have vegetable oil. We are going to be using also jalapeno peppers. It's really diced. And we are going to be using garlic, okay, fresh garlic. And we are going to be using chopped basil. I have some fresh basil also on the table. And we're going to be using a little bit of honey and some low sodium soy sauce and salt and pepper to taste, water, and of course the star of our show. Knives are very sharp, so what you want to make sure is that you are not, having fingers in the way. So always keep fingers out of the way, all right? But you want to have a steady grip on the knife. So right now, you see how this is roly-poly? I'm going to try to stabilize it. I'm going to cut the top, all right? Make sure you have a sharp knife. And I'm also going to cut a little bit on the bottom, all right? You see, for me, I have a nice, it's nice and stable now. So I can just cut it straight down like this. All right, awesome. And now I have 2 halves. Okay, I'm leaving the skin on because the skin, with the skin on, it has more fiber. All right, some people may not like the skin. If you don't like the skin, then you just peel it. But I like the skin, and I like the extra fiber that the skin actually provides. All right, so now we're just going to this to the side. We're going to cut it. I can cut it again in half. Again, I like to keep cutting it. Watch your fingers. Again, with your knife skills, food safety are bear claw. Okay, keep my fingers away. Look how beautiful this is. And then I dice. If you find that your pieces are a bit too big, you can always adjust it. You can just cut some more. All right. So now we have our eggplant cut up. So it's time for us now to start putting our recipe together. Okay, as you can see, when I cut it, as it gets bigger, the pieces start to get larger. So I have to cut it more than once. But for now, I am totally satisfied with this. So of course, we're gonna modify in terms of the amount that I'm going to be using. I'm not gonna be using 8 cups, but I am going to be preparing all of that I've cut. Right, I'll have this for lunch and for dinner. And for dinner, I wish you you could join me, but you're there and I'm here. Oh, anytime you're cooking, you don't want that handle like this, because you can always tip it or flip it over. So it's always to keep the handle away from you so you don't knock it down or anything like that. All right, so I'm gonna turn on my stove, put it kind of like on a medium heat, in case I don't want to burn anything. So here's my oil, already pre-measured. All right, and then I'm gonna heat that up a little bit, and I'm gonna add my jalapenos. All right. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's time for me to actually put the eggplant in. All right. Let's put the eggplant in here. You can hear the sizzle. So I add the eggplant in. I'm going to add a cup of water. Okay. Just a cup of water. All right. And then I'm going to stir it in. And you can definitely tell when your eggplant is cooking, because it starts to, the texture changes, the color changes, all right? That's why I didn't want to add too much more water, because once you put the top on, the steam also creates its own water. You see that? All right, you guys, I'm telling you, this is tender. So now I'm adding my honey. We're gonna add the soy sauce. And you do not need to add salt. But if you feel like you need to add salt, then that's definitely something that you could do. All right. Okay. Here you are. All right. Every time we throw soy sauce in anything, we're like, oh, we think it's like Asian inspired. So it's like a little mix of Asian, a little mix of Italian, a little mix of everything. This dish is amazing. So now, just I'm stirring it together. Okay, making sure that the honey and the soy sauce is like totally all integrated into the eggplant. And then I'm not, like I said, I had the salt to add, but I don't think I'm gonna add more salt. But I am gonna add some fresh pepper though. What we wanna do now is we wanna stir in our fresh basil, okay? We wanna stir in our fresh basil. I'm not lying. This is like, Thank you so much for joining our virtual workshop. It was amazing to be here and to do this live for you. I was a little nervous at first, but then I got into it. Once I started to see how things were working out, I was like, yes.